Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2016 US election. So, let's start bringing you the results. I've colored in all the blue states for what I know Democrats going to win, and all the red states for what I know Republicans going to win over the presidential and the Senate races up here. So, let's get to it. It is 7 p.m. on the eastern coast in the US, and we have some races that we've announced I've started counting in. So Trump takes an early lead in Georgia. He takes an early lead in Indiana and South Carolina. We see on the Democrat side, Bernie is leading in Virginia. He's leading in North Carolina, and he's leading in Ohio. We did not expect North Carolina. Polls did not say he would be leading in North Carolina. They said he'd have a chance, but he's leading by about 3.4%, which, man, we did not see coming. Let's see, Senate level. New Hampshire, early Democrat lead. Sorry, that was marked as blue before. Yeah, sorry about that. Indiana, Democrat lead. And North Carolina, Democrat lead. Those would all be flips. So it's starting out well for the Democrats tonight. And let's roll forward to our 8 p.m. update. Just a quick run through what's happening. So we can now call the state of South Carolina for Donald Trump, but that is balanced out by Sanders winning Virginia, which is a bit of a bigger fish to fry. Um, sorry, let me just call those in. We do have the first counts coming in from Florida, Trump lead, but Sanders is taking out an early lead in Maine's second congressional district, as well as Pennsylvania. We can also call Maine at large for Bernie now. He's got something like a 15-point lead. Meanwhile, let's have a look at what's going on in the Senate. There aren't many calls there. Just thought I would say that Illinois is an automatic flip for Democrats. Counting is not even started, but we can call it. Democrats just such a big advantage there, we know from the polls beforehand. So we do have first counts coming in from Florida, Republican lead, Pennsylvania, Democrat lead. So very much in line with the presidential race. It is now 9 p.m. on the eastern coast of the US. I'm sure all of you, if you haven't had dinner, maybe you should. But first, yeah, I'll just give you the rundown on what is happening. So we can now call the state of Indiana for Donald Trump. It took a lot longer to call for Republicans than it has in recent years, which does spell out a warning sign for Donald Trump. Who knows? This might maybe this will show overnight he won't get as much support in rural areas as previous Republican candidates, but it could just be early returns coming through for Democrats. We do see in Missouri, Trump does lead early on, but Sanders leads in not just Colorado, but actually Arizona, which has not gone blue on a presidential level since 1992 when Bill Clinton won it. So that'll certainly be interesting to watch. Sanders leading in Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin. He's leading in the entire Rust Belt, which is like his area. That is where he is very popular. It's where he won a lot of votes in the primaries. So he's hoping he's going to win there. We know both candidates are historically popular in the Rust Belt, but Sanders will be hoping he can just get over the top there. Nebraska's second, early Sanders lead. We see in New Mexico, early Sanders lead. Uh, and we do see Trump taking an early lead in Texas. Other than that, those are all the calls for now. Except, hold on, hold the phone. I just got some results from New Hampshire. They're finally returning our votes, and it's not even close. Sanders is leading by about 15, and the areas they're reporting from are sort of generally neutral areas. So great signs for Bernie in this state, which is next to his own home state of Vermont. Let's look at now the Senate level. First, I thought we would just say that on presidential level, we are now saying Trump has won Florida. Sorry, we just got new information on that. Uh, and he's also won Missouri now. Okay, we're getting quite a few votes in, but we are calling a Sanders victory in New Mexico, Trump victory in Texas. Huge amount of votes coming in. Sanders leading early in Iowa. Sorry, Trump leading early in Iowa, same in Utah. Sanders leading early in Nevada. So yeah, quite a few state calls coming in there. Yeah, sorry about that. So Sanders leads 207 to 186 is still a close race. If Sanders holds the leads in the states he is leading in, he will get to 324. But of course, you know, he could lose his lead in those states. We've only called 207 for him. So now what are we calling on the Senate level? We are saying now Democrats flip New Hampshire, it was held by Republican Kelly Ayotte. Not anymore, it's going blue now. We are calling Florida for the Republicans. So that's a hold. Democrats still lead in Pennsylvania. We are now seeing Arizona, John McCain is re-elected. We're seeing early stages, Democrats lead in Missouri and Colorado. We are seeing early Democrat leads in Wisconsin and Nevada on top of that. Georgia, what's happening in Georgia? We're getting some results coming in for that, and yeah, it's looking good. That'll be a Republican win. That'll be a Republican. So that being said, let's move forward to 1 p.m. on the sorry, not yeah, move forward to 12 p.m. What 1 p.m. on 1 a.m. on the Eastern Coast. I'm not getting my times right here. Yeah. So yeah, sorry, we had to drop out there for a bit. There's things going on that we couldn't record. Just ignore it. Don't ask questions. So it's 1 a.m. We are calling Georgia for Donald Trump. At this point, so that is a Republican hold, but we're calling Bernie victories in Colorado. We're calling a Bernie victory in Michigan. We're calling a Bernie victory in Minnesota. We are calling a Trump victory in Utah. So yeah, we're seeing how all that is playing out. And on the Senate level, what else are we calling? What are we calling here? Well, we are now calling Pennsylvania goes to Bernie Sanders. We are calling Colorado, sorry, not Bernie Sanders, Democrats. So that is a flip. It was Republican held. Colorado's going blue. So yeah, that's what we got. And we run it forward to 2 a.m. in the morning on the East Coast of the US. So what is happening here? What is going to happen? Well, we can now call the state of Pennsylvania for Sanders. Trump has actually pulled out a slight lead in Ohio, so that is certainly something to keep your eye on. And on the Senate level, we are now calling Wisconsin for the Democrats. Hello everyone, it is 2:16 a.m. in the morning on the east coast of the United States, and we can now say Bernie Sanders will be the 45th President of the US. He'll be a first ever Jewish American president, first socialist president since FDR, and the oldest president to be inaugurated. We can make this call because we can call Wisconsin and its 10 electoral votes, putting Bernie Sanders on 272. Just further updates, we've also called Bernie victories in Nebraska's and Maine's second congressional districts, and a Trump victory in Iowa and Ohio. So it is 274 to 232. 32 electoral votes still to play that we have not called for either candidate. But yes, Bernie Sanders has won, and we also have now called the state of Missouri for Democrat candidate Jason Kander. So we can now say Democrats have won the Senate, because if you have 50 seats for vice president, it's a tiebreaker vote who will be a Democrat, seeing as Bernie has won it. So yeah, very good night for the Democrats. I'm not keeping track of the House, but we have also heard Democrats have won that as well. There's still a few seats to play for, but Democrats have passed 218. So let's fast this forward to, I don't know, and let's not pick a specific time, sometime the next morning. We can call every state now. Nevada, Arizona, and North Carolina did stay in the Bernie column, and he has won the election 306 to 232. So let's look what changed from 2012. Well, Sanders gained Arizona. Democrats haven't won that since 1992, and he gained North Carolina. Democrats haven't won that since 2008. What did Republicans gain? They gained Iowa. I haven't won that since, oh, yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, no, ages. I don't actually know. Ohio has gone back red and Florida has gone back red. So those are the flips overall. This was a bit closer in the Electoral College than it was when last time around in 2012 when Obama beat Romney. But popular vote, well, Obama only beat Romney by about 4.5%. From what we're seeing, Sanders has beat Trump by about 6%. So there is an expansion on that. We see on the Senate level, Democrats have won Nevada, Indiana, and North Carolina. So what's changed? Well, Democrats had a surge in the East. They flipped Illinois, that was Republican. They flipped Wisconsin, that was Republican. They flipped Missouri, that was Republican. They flipped Indiana, that was Republican. North Carolina, that was Republican. Pennsylvania, that was Republican. New Hampshire, that was Republican. Huge wins for the Democrats. This was a blue wave year. So thank you all very much for joining us. And yeah, I hope to do one of these election nights again soon. Thank you.